We're now moving on to painting the deck. So the sides of the boat, the bulwarks are painted, the seats are in, and the live bait rails on the back here. So everything's been fitted, installed and ready. So what we're going to do is we make our own non-skid here in-house. We use a mix of gel coat and volcanic sand. So the gel coat we're using is dark Admiralty grey. It's the same as what he's got down the hold in the back. It's the same as what he's got in the lockers. So anywhere that's in somewhere that's in a box or a locker, it's been painted in dark Admiralty grey. Okay. So the volcanic sand or volcanic grit that we've got here is black in nature because it is volcanic. The reason why it is we use this is because it's so hard. This is one of the hardest non-skid grits that you're going to be able to get. So some people use sand, some people use kiwi grit and things like that. So kiwi grit's great, it gives you a great finish in the sense of the finish of the product, but long-term use for this sort of application can wear through. Yachts and things totally agree with this. Same as the commercial guys, we tend to go something a little bit harder because of the wear and tear. Not only that, this gives you fantastic grip under your feet. More so often than not, you'll end up with a new pair of shoes before you end up repainting your deck. Okay, so we're going to give it a clean up now. We're going to tape it up. The ratio we're going to use is a 1:1, so it's 1 kilo of gel coat to 1 kilo of sand. Okay, we're going to tape up all the edges and then we're going to paint through the deck. Leave that to cure overnight, and then pretty much done outside in the sense of we're almost weather tight on the deck side of things. The only thing we'll need to do from that point is connect up the drain and the skin fitting to the through hole fitting that we're going to have in the deck. But that's arriving at the minute from Barris, and then as you can see as well now, we've got the windows in. So what I'll do is I'll grab one of our other windows and I'll run you through what we've done and how we've gone about installing those into the cabin. Now I just wanted to have a little chat with you about the windows and door that we've installed on this Hellraiser. So all the window frames and the door all the way around are all been custom made from scratch. Okay, so we've had to make templates of these, send them off to a company. It's been about 10 weeks since we've placed the order for these, and then they've come back. Obviously we've marked them all out on the wheelhouse, cut the holes and installed them. So this, even though it's a bit dusty because this is one we had lying around to convert into a live bait tank, is the frame. So it's an aluminium frame and it's got a rubber neoprene seal that runs around it. Okay, so this is what clamps onto the boat, and then that's what seals it as well. So we don't use Sikaflex or bonding compound, silicone, anything like that. The seal itself does all the work because as it pushes in, it squashes down and it creates that watertight seal. So you've got the exterior, which is an actual frame piece which is mounted all this. So that's all one piece, and then what you have is a separate one with these frames. Okay, so these have all been anodised as well. So that will go into the aperture. Then from the inside of the cabin, these will come in and clamp on. Okay, so these are all threaded as well, so they all just screw in from the inside. So then when you're looking on the outside, is they are completely seamless. It just gives the most nice finish you can get with it. You can get cheaper ones in the sense that they will be exactly the same, but they fix from the outside as well. If they fix from the outside, the downside from my point of view is if I've got loads of screw holes and bolt holes on the face of these, then long term, you know what it's like. If it's going to get in anywhere, it will. So it's the last thing you really want to deal with it. So overall, it gives you a nice, well, good amount of viewing out the windows, nice visibility, and the door. A lot of you remember the conventional door that came on the Hellraisers was a moulded door. So it's the same again now. It's an alley frame door. The top third of the door is glass. It's got a lock-in mechanism on the inside, keys, barrel, handle. So in reality, how much better can you get than that? That it's really added a modern twist to it and just giving you, you know, the best you can get really, and bringing it into the modern age, which I think is great. Now, inside the cabin, we've installed a 4-way stretch carpet, similar to what you get in your camper conversions or your caravans and things like this. So it's relatively easy to use. It gives a sound deadening to the outside world, as well as an extra layer of insulation. Not only that, it looks much nicer than a gel coat finished interior. Okay, so all this has been fitted down to the bottom, apart from obviously sort of a kick plate as such at the bottom of the boat, so that way your shoes aren't going to scuff it, and it's going to be the easiest to wipe down the gel coat and keep it clean. So the carpet goes in before the windows, and the carpet's cut just short of the apertures that the windows sit in. So then when the frames go in and the windows clamp together, then that way you end up with a nice seamless edge around it, and it's never going to pull away. If anything, obviously now it's been gripped to the side of the wheelhouse. If you do end up with any shrinkage or anything over time, then it's not going to come away from the windows, it's not going to drop off because it's all been clamped and is inside those clamps on those window frames. So it's a lovely little feature in addition to it. It really gives it a bit more of a modern feel and a bit more comfort from, well, how I feel anyway.